If you thought the US and Europe's spot Bitcoin ETF was huge, wait till I tell you about this spot Bitcoin ETF that is on, it's going to be on fire. Uh, I got a lot of news to talk about. Sorry, I lost my voice yesterday and the day before, but I'll be fine. All right, so first off, I'm going to cover Lauren of Light on Twitter. They say the FBI calls Bitcoin money so that they can arrest you for money laundering. The IRS calls it property so that they can tax you on capital gains. The SEC calls it a security so that they can sue every exchange for Blackrock. The CFTC calls it a commodity so you can't use it as a currency. Now, Mike Alfred has a great one as well. He says the U.S. government and its bank allies aren't attacking Bitcoin and the broader crypto ecosystem from a position of strength. It's not a position of strength. They are doing it out of fear. Absolutely. Their cost of capital is only going up long term as people adopt alternatives, don't fall for their cynical tricks, opt out. So what's he mean? Buying Bitcoin, holding your own keys, and don't ask for permission. Don't be a slave, okay? Next, we have VJ Boyapati also on that train. He says, a nation in ascendancy does not fear its people or capital leaving. It encourages freedom of movement and capital because it is confident in itself. A nation in decline punishes success and punitively prevents capital from leaving. Yes, we know exactly who has been doing that. The U.S. appears to be a nation in decline. That is a severe understatement. As you know, Heidi and I have renounced our U.S. citizenship back in 2019. We were very vocal. Even before 2019, we saw the writing on the wall, and it was one of the best decisions of our lives because there's plenty of other places that treat you really, really good. Next, speaking about a place that treats you good, Hungary. Hungary's crypto tax is 15% flat on what you take out into fiat or buy goods with. 15%. Everything on chain is tax free. Selling an NFT into Sol is tax free. Stable coins are tax free. They call it black box principle. Hungary is now a crypto new tax haven. We'll see. This is from Oya Caro on Twitter. And yeah, like for instance, we live in Portugal. It's 0% tax on crypto that we've held over a year. Perfect. You know what? No red tape, no nothing. Really nice, treats you well. You want to live in nations and be in nations that like crypto, which means they're friendly to the free market. You don't want something that's just clamping on control. It's a horrible disaster, and it's only going to get worse. Okay, next up. Yesterday I talked about, or the day before I talked about Peter Brandt's tweet about Bitcoin potentially have been topped. A 25% chance that Bitcoin is already topped. Well, I forgot to mention that he did repost this tweet as well. This is from Mister. Sorry, man. I totally butchered your name. But Bitcoin, I think it's likely that 60K ends up being the bottom of this correction. 20% drawdown from the high. Well, I kind of disagree with that a little bit. I do think we might dip into the 55,000 level. If you want to follow my tweet on that, it is at Sir Crypto Tips, and I'm very vocal on where I think the market is going to be heading. I do think that we are not done with dips yet, and which is totally fine because we are building a base here, which is very, very healthy. Okay, lastly, about something is bigger than the U.S. and Europe's spot Bitcoin ETF. We have Willy Woo. He says Hong Kong ETF launches tomorrow, which is today, or it's Monday, right? Okay, Monday, yes, sorry. So that's when you know you made it. You don't even know what day of the week it is. Okay, and here's a little secret from this part of the world. The Asian market in user count is bigger than the US and European markets combined. Now check this chart out in case you don't believe me. So this is going to be really interesting to see what happens with. The reason why I say it's going to be interesting is because there's going to be a tug of war between people, giant institutions, countries now potentially wanting to get into Bitcoin, and they're going to be sucking the supply away from regular users, and they're going to get it. They're going to get as much as they can, and they're going to spend whatever they can. And they also might be doing anything they can to drop the price. So I would expect more FUD in the short term, maybe even medium term, but long term, we all know where we're heading, way up. Anyways, if you like what I said, please subscribe. Also, if you want to see when we are planning on selling, what coins we have, learningcrypto.com. Anyways, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.